What's up, guys? It's Mama Kate, and here's your complete main quest guide for Ashes of the Damned on Black Ops 7. Since this is a transit-inspired map, we're going to be visiting multiple locations, but I'm going to put this in order so you can get all the parts as fast as possible. Starting out of spawn, you're going to head to the left towards Blackwater Lake. You'll see an infested power pump. You'll need to eliminate all the infestations to clear the pump and restore the power. These pumps can be found in Blackwater Lake, Ashwood, and Farm. If you bring in a pistol, be sure to buy a gun off the wall. That way you don't run out of time if you're solo. Once you clear that, head upstairs to turn on the power, and then drop down into the kitchen and grab the jar of spores to the left side of the room. Next, you'll clear the infestation in Ashwood and then flip the switch to turn on the power. Then you can make your way down to Tessie, interact with the workbench, and this is going to install Pack-a-Punch. This will be on the back of Tessie the entire time. You'll then head to Farm, and as you do, you're going to take the jar of spores that we just picked up and insert it into this horse. It needs 3 rounds to grow a fungus. You're going to complete the final infestation on the power pump, and then you'll head inside the barn and flip the switch up top. Once you do this, drop down and you'll see a zombie hanging in the middle. Use a combat axe to hit off his ankle. The foot will drop and you'll need a molly to turn it into human bones. Next, make your way to 115, and just to the left of the restroom, a cook will spawn, dropping a freezer key. This is used for the abomination carcass. You can continue your way around the map, open up Zarya Cosmodrome, and grab Wisp tea while you're there. Pull Tessie back into the garage, and when you interact with the workbench once again to upgrade her, you will have unlocked the abomination carcass. Now, during any special round or when you have a Ravager, use a saw blade trap, and this will give you the Ravager eyes. Next, make your way back to spawn. This has to be on round 8 or later, and once you get close to this container, an Uberklaus is going to spawn out of it. Once you take down the Uberklaus, it will give you a Uberklaus core, and once you defeat him, this is going to drop the stabilizer chip. You're going to take the stabilizer chip to Ashwood, and to the left of Vulture's Aid is the sheriff's office. You're going to insert the stabilizer chip, and you'll need to activate Klaus by spamming stuns behind him. You know you've done it correctly when he starts moving and talking. You'll then head back to Zarya, open up this door, and command Klaus to come in front of this broken machine. He's going to stomp. It'll turn on a green light. You can then interact and begin a scan progress phase. If you face the laser, it'll go faster. Once it's done, you're going to grab the ether barrel, and you'll take Tessie to 3 locations. Do move slower with the ether barrel, so by going in the order Blackwater Lake, Ashwood, Farm, you'll minimize the amount of steps that you need to go back and forth. Once you get to Farm, you're going to grab the Widow's Lantern fungus that we planted earlier, and then you can finalize the ether barrel at Farm. Head down into the cellar once it's complete, and then you're going to insert it inside this mysterious box. The next thing we need are 3 symbols on top of farm buildings. You can see the first one to the right of the mystery box up there on top of the house. In the road, you can see this one on top of the barn, but for the third one, you'll need to take the jump pad towards Janice Towers Plaza. When you land, take the jump pad back, and be sure to get ready to look at all 3 symbols. You can pause your game if you need to do so. You're then going to head back down to the box and interact with these sides until you find your correct symbol. Each one is only going to appear once, so all you need to do is select the correct one. Once you've done that, you're going to interact with the eye on the box, and this is going to reveal the Necrofluid gauntlet. You're then going to have a trial where you'll need to shoot the spines of the gauntlet at these green pieces of plasma on the wall. Use the recall or reload function to retract the spines. This will grab the plasma, and then you are going to be done with the trial. Now that you have the gauntlet and Wisp, head back to Ashwood. There's going to be a mirror to the left of the arsenal. The Wisp will head inside, revealing a cube. Shoot it with the gauntlet. This is then going to drop the Powder of the Forgotten as serum item. You can grab the serum items in any order, but the next one is using the abomination laser on a purple horde husk in the foggy areas. That's going to drop a chunk. And the last part that you're going to end up getting is from the Xursa at round 16. Use the laser on him to drop the mysterious limb. Next, make your way to Yuri's lab inside Zarya Cosmodrome, and you'll need to interact with the powder to reveal a Pigpen cipher code revealing 3 different ingredients. Using this cheat sheet, you're going to find which 3 ingredients are in your game. All you have to do is look at the first letter to know which ingredient you have in your game. You'll then interact with your 3 items in order, and you know you've done it correctly when you see the prompt add blood. The person that adds blood will drop down to 75 health, so use the gauntlet during this lockdown phase where it teleports all your teammates inside to get more health back. If the person who added blood goes down, you will fail this step. Once the smoke clears and you go outside and you see the satellite spinning, you'll know you have completed this correctly. Now, after the serum, you'll do the keys. You can do them any order, but starting in the crashed rocket, we're going to look for the yellow key underneath this possible satellite. Can be a location. Another one can be up on top of this tower. You'll use the spine on the gauntlet to shoot it and pull it towards you. And the yellow one is going to have a melee only debuff. Return that to the cube across from the yummy freeze. Next is the red key. This can be found in Orda's graveyard. Can be up here by this dinosaur teeth. The next one is by exit 115 to the right of the tank. And a third location can be the skull on the ground tucked in between his bones. Now for this one, you'll want to have Tessie because when you pick up the red key, you're not going to regen health, so you don't want to go down, especially if you have perks. Return that to the cube, and the final key is going to be found in grounded ship. It can be inside this container, it can be inside these windows, and the last one is going to be found underneath the ship by this box. Now for this green one, you'll also want Tessie because you are going to run slow. It's the Terrapin key. You're going to take this back to the cube, and this is going to give you a cutscene. Afterwards, you will have the DG2 turret. Head back to the garage to interact with the workbench, and there you will have the final upgrade for Tessie. Next, you'll see a purple floating clock. You need to shoot it with the DG2 turret, and then you can use the gauntlet to obtain a purple ether energy. Next, we have 4 Wisp Easter eggs. You can do them in any order, but I highly recommend going to exit 115 if you see the lightning. You'll set this up by putting Tessie across from the red shipping container, open the service station, and call in Klaus. The next thing you'll do is shoot the clock with the purple ether energy, get in Tessie, shoot the abomination laser at the red container, then ram it. This is going to activate the trucker. You'll head inside the diner, melee the cash register with melee macchiato. This will activate the waitress. You're going to have 3 special zombies you need to lead into their lightning. You'll then command Klaus to awaken the mechanic. Once he stomps, he's going to be yellow. You need to lead each of them into their respective locations. The mechanic will go into the yellow. The waitress will go on top of the diner into the purple. And the trucker's going to be the last one that goes into the red one on top of the gas station. Now, if you need to complete this over multiple rounds, that's okay. The lightning will only come in every other round. You know you've done it correctly when the lightning disappears and you see the wisp. You'll need to obtain the purple energy again. You can grab it 3 times per game. You're going to use the launch pad to head to Zarya, and you'll shoot this satellite for the Zarya Wisp Easter egg. You'll use the launch pad to go back to Ashwood. You'll get the purple ether energy. Again, you can get 3 per round. You'll head back to Zarya, and then this time you're going to shoot the satellite on the right side. Now, once you've hit the satellite, both will be slowed, and it'll reveal a computer flashing pigpen symbols. You need to cipher which code word that you have. I've already translated these symbols. All you need to do is look for which ones you have and figure out what your code word is. There are 4 possible options: engine, launch, rocket, and weapon. Feel free to screenshot this code. Next, you're going to see a bank of flashing lights on these computers. You need to take your code word and input the correct launch code. Now, I've already given you the correct launch code, but if you wanted to know how to do this, they're using the traditional formula A equals 1, B equals 2, C equals 3, but they're subtracting 1. So A now equals 0, B now equals 1. So with that in mind, you are transcribing your code word into the correct code. Again, just use the code I provide. For this step, all you want to do is take a note where your number is in the correct order, and then get ready to prepare it when you know it's upcoming next. If you do shoot the wrong one, you will fail that step, and you'll need to flip the round to try again. When you see the Wisp and the rocket launch, you'll know you have done it correctly. Flip the round if you need to, but the next location we're going to cover is the farm Wisp Easter egg. Behind the table, you'll see a clock on the wall. You need to stand in the correct location. In this example, it's 3. You know you're in the correct spot when you see the father slowly turn his head, and then his eyes will glow red. You'll shoot him with the purple gauntlet. You need to find 4 items. The first one is on the bed to the right of stamina, a teddy bear. The next one is upstairs on the back wall of the barn, a mask. You'll head down to the cellar to the left of the tub is a chalice. And in the garage is a pig sticker on the ground. You'll then need to place each of the 4 relic items on their glowing red circles. And once you drop the last one, interact again to start a ritual item defense step. You'll need to watch the item's health as you defend it from zombies. Using the gauntlet spine and recall function is going to be great, as well as the saw blade trap. Once you've successfully completed this, you will see the Wisp once again. Now, the last ritual step is always going to be Blackwater, so you can do the other ones in any order. The last one is Blackwater. Head down to the dock and you're going to interact with this Wisp. Head back inside the cabin and you're going to shoot this film projector with your ether energy. This is going to slow the film and reveal a order of pictures. You need to memorize that, and here is the monikers that I have given them: front, back, boat, and shed. On the front side, you can see the shattered roof. On the back side, you can see the railings and parts of the dock. In the boat, you can see the 2 life preservers, and the shed is categorized by the little open door on the left side. Once you've memorized your order, I started in the front. Head to the left of the arsenal machine, and the first film reel is on the shelf. Shoot that. Behind the ammo cache, this is the back film reel. If it turns red, you'll need to shoot it till it turns purple. The boat, hop through the window and look up. It'll be in the rafters. The last one is found in the shed on this shelf. Now, if you get a jump scare, that means you have not done it correctly and you'll need to try again. You're going to call in Klaus and lead him to the Wisp that's in the bedroom where Speed Cola is. Klaus is going to interact with this box and grab the item. And now you have completely set up the main quest. Klaus is going to go back to the docks, and when you're ready, your squad can interact with him. And this is going to start the last step before the boss fight. You'll wait a little bit, and then you'll need to collect Wisp. You can see them glowing. Have one teammate shoot the red pile so they don't hurt Tessie while someone drives over the Wisp. Now, the boss fight mainly depends on Tessie, but you're also going to want strong guns while you're going and fighting the boss Vatharion. I'd recommend having pack 3. Your teammates need to have either the Necrofluid gauntlet or the ray gun wonder weapon. Both of those are going to do damage to the zombies, and the gauntlet especially will allow you to overheal while you're in the boss fight. Really good tacticals are stems. There are some pretty brutal attacks in the boss fight where if you can stem ahead of time, it can keep you from going down. I'd also highly recommend rotating amongst your teammates when to use the healing aura field upgrade. Again, you can anticipate those deadly attacks, watch your teammates' health and hit them with the healing aura before they have a chance to go down. Once you are heading through Ashwood, you can stop here to repair, or you can just continue as you head into the Lost Cabins. This is going to be the final set of wisps. You will have ended up collecting a total of 12. Once you hit the last one, this is going to teleport you into the boss fight where you'll take down Vatharion inside the pyramid above Blackwater Lake. Vatharion is a beast. He is a massive mega abomination, and you're going to use Tessie to boost and ram into him. You'll need to navigate carefully around the missiles as they will damage you and Tessie. When you reveal critical points, do your best to hit them with Tessie, as that's going to do extra damage. You'll also want to shoot those red critical points because that's going to give you extra damage against Vatharion. The turret is going to do the most damage at 16,500, but you can also use the gauntlet. Now you're going to repeatedly use Tessie to charge into her. If she breaks, make sure you're rotating and training the zombies. This is where the gauntlet comes in handy because you can use it to get that health over buff. Now, when you see Vatharion is spinning in a circle, you'll work to collect the purple beam of light with Tessie. This is going to give you an extra boost to charge into Vatharion. If you've done it correctly, you'll see the yellow critical point underneath. You'll want to shoot the DG turret underneath it and have all teammates focus on it with their gun. Now, if Tessie breaks, coordinate with your teammates on who is repairing and who's going to protect from the zombies and who's driving when you're finished. Now, when you see the red exposed heads, shoot those. It does help to have teammates split up. If you have two people in the vehicle, one driving and one manning the turret, you can have the other two running around the arena to be as much of a distractor as possible. You do need to work together with your teammates because once you get to the latter half of the boss fight, Vatharion has a extremely powerful purple laser. If you communicate when Vatharion is charging up, you can tell the driver when to boost into Tessie and you can stop that laser. If not, there's a good chance that Vatharion will kick you out of Tessie and you can get knocked pretty quickly with the laser. You want to use your stems and healing aura before you go down. Don't wait until it's too late. As you progress through the boss fight, Vatharion is going to rotate in between his attacks. Just as a recap, if he's hovering in the middle, you're just going to use Tessie to boost into him. If he's spinning purple, you're going to need to grab the purple beam of light and then you can boost into him. This is going to reveal critical points, either the red one or the yellow one. Work together with your team to do as much damage as possible. And when you see the Xursas, have the teammates with the ray guns and take those out as fast as you can. Slow and Steady is going to win the race here. Take your time, watch your health, and watch those missiles. This boss fight is beefy, and if you've managed to complete it, you will unlock Dust to Dust. Be sure to like and follow for more Black Ops 7 Zombies content. Here's the cutscene.
Do you hear it? Calling to you. Listen. Remember. Feel. Restore. What are you? A weaver of the fabric of this place. From the memories it contains. I have always been here. I am a shadow smith. You have what was taken. The bonds that imprisoned me are undone. We are both free.
we shall find more of these beasts for the rest of us.
It is not safe to linger here. He will know his pet is gone. He will investigate. I have folded the dark ether. Made a pocket in which you can hide.